Dame, after the game, the emotion and anger you showed in saying "put respect on my name," who was that directed at?
Whoever has something to say.
Was there anybody in the arena that in particular?
It was just a bunch of people on the opposite side, that press row area, and those are the people who usually have something to say or put out whatever they put out. So it was just in that direction.
Next question is coming from Dave McMiniman with ESPN.
Hey, Dame. There are some names in the sport of basketball that resonate a little bit more. Wilt Chamberlain is kind of in that Paul Bunyan larger-than-life category. Today, you joined him as one of the only two players in league history to have 360-point games in the same season, and I'm curious your thoughts on that accomplishment.
I'm first of all, I'm happy to be in that type of company. It's an honor. And I'm also happy that it came, two of the three came in a winning effort. And, tonight couldn't have been better timing for that type of game. So, like I said, it's a pleasure and an honor to be in company with Wilt. And hopefully, it can continue.
The next question is coming from Casey Holdall with Trailblazers.com.
Damian, can you just talk about what you were thinking and feeling in that fourth quarter? Obviously, you guys aren't able to get a field goal, I think, until midway through the quarter. You're able to get to the line, but that's about the only thing you got going. So what's going through your mind at that time? And also, what are you thinking when you see that shot bounce off the rim, go 20 feet, and then go back down?
Well, when I let it go, I shot it real straight. I was like, well, that's on line, and I thought it was going to go in. So when it hit back rim and went straight up, I kept watching it because I was like, I think that's going to go in. And it dropped in. But, I think that was, my cousin, rest in peace, Chef B. I think that was him dropping that in for me.
The next question is coming from Chris Mannix with Sports Illustrated.
And when CJ's struggling with his shot the way he did tonight, when he goes to the free throw line, those last two shots are huge at the end. Do you say anything to him? Or do you feel like he already has the confidence that he, even on a tough shooting night, he can step in and make it?
I think one thing that is a part of our relationship and something that makes us have so much belief in each other is he knows that I have unwavering confidence, and I know the same thing about him. I know his heart, I know his toughness. I know who he is as a man. So in that situation, I was like, this is my opportunity to make up for the free throws last time. So I'm going to try to break to the ball. But I saw how they set up their defense and they was going to try to deny me. And I went up to him before the referee handed the ball over. And I said, if I can't get the ball, you have to get the ball. And he did that and he made the free throws. I don't expect anything different from him. He's a little bit banged up. He's making no excuses. We're looking for no way out. He's, thugging it out for the team and being out there for us. And fortunate for us, him doing that, he was out there for those last free throws and came through for us.
The next question is coming from Aaron Fentress with the Oregonian.
Hey, Damian, Earl Watson was on Twitter today talking, telling people basically to not mess with you or you're going to destroy. And he mentioned how a few years ago you contacted him because you were asking him what to do because you maybe received an offer from another team to go try and maybe have a better chance to win a championship, but you demonstrated your loyalty to Portland. Can you talk a little bit about that loyalty to Portland, about maybe that moment when you were offered from another team to maybe go somewhere else, and what Watson's words mean to you?
I wouldn't even say it was like somebody was offering me to go to another team. It was just constantly being mentioned to me about, you should do this or you should go here. And I was just like, that's not what I wish to do. Where I was drafted, I live there comfortably. My family is comfortable there. It's a great organization. You don't always know what type of organization you might be walking into or what type of situation. If it doesn't work out, you end up getting traded again or whatever. The grass ain't always greener. And for me, I feel like we can build something and get it done in Portland. And I really believe that, I don't just say it to say it. So the fact that I really believe it, me and him talked and I was just like, this is what I really believe and this is really what I want to accomplish. And I'm willing to all out commit to that. And because I'm that committed to it, if it doesn't happen, I can live with that, knowing that, this is the way I wanted to do it. And I don't live my life or play the game to the standards or the expectations of other people. You know, I do it for the reasons that I love, which is to compete, for the brotherhood, the connection to my teammates and coaches and performance staff, the fans, and, you know, for us to be able to share something when I look back and say we had something special and be proud of it. You know, not that when I'm done playing, I look back like, oh, you did this and then you bounced here and you bounced there. That's not what I wish for my career. So I talked to Earl about that because that's one of my good friends. I trust his word and he has great experience. So that's all that was.
Next question is coming from Joe Varden with The Athletic.
So to recap, you scored 61 points after scoring 51 in a game you absolutely had to win to keep your playoff hopes alive in a pandemic in an empty gym. Like, is all this like settling on you just what you accomplished tonight and how special and strange this is?
I mean, not really. I don't. I know it was a great game, you know, last game and this game, but I'm going out there thinking I'm gonna do whatever I got to do for us to win these games. And even like some of my closest friends, they get on my case all the time. Like, man, you don't appreciate what you do enough. You don't realize what you do, because I always move on to the next thing. What do I have to do now? What can I do better? You know, I've always been that way, and I think that's part of why I've been able to get to where I've got to. But I think once maybe once the season is over, or maybe when my career is over, I'll look back at a lot of these moments and be proud to tell my kids and, you know, share that story like, damn, I really did that, you know. But while you're in the moment, I've never been able to just kind of sit on it and be like, oh, I did this or I did that. I don't know why I just can't.
You got to do it again Thursday.
Yeah, I just move on if whatever is necessary.
Next question is coming from Jason Quick with The Athletic.
And can you give some insight into what Brandon was like and what your guys' relationship was like, and then also how you have been able to deal with that?
Well, he passed during the quarantine in Portland. He was going to be coming to my house to make breakfast and passed out, and we was all worried, so I just went over to his house, to see what was going on. And when I got there, he had just passed, so I was able to get there and say my goodbyes, and he was just, laid there, and they kind of put him in a peaceful place. And, we prayed over his body and, said our goodbyes. CJ came. He was tight with CJ as well. Me and CJ, we cried together, you know what I'm saying? And that's also part of our brotherhood. But all it during, the quarantine, even at the end of the season when we were pushing to get into the playoffs, he was the one person I was with every day, and he was encouraging me, because you gotta eat healthy foods. You gotta make sure you get this in, make sure you get breakfast before you leave. Make sure you stay hydrated. I brought some waters in here. Take these waters to the room. He was just the person that was on top of a lot of things for me and wore a lot of hats for me. In the summertime, when I go to Utah for 3 weeks to train at school, when I go to Phoenix to train for weeks, he was, right-hand man. Everything I needed, he did for me, basically. And losing him, it hurt. He was my first cousin that was that close to me that passed away. So it was tough. And, I just try to continue what I feel like he would want me to do. And, I just been dealing with it that way, just trying to continue on the path that I know he was proud of.
We'll wrap it there. Thank you, Damian.
Thanks, Dan. Thank you, sir.